Namaste. Welcome, everybody. There's so much love here, so much joy about being here with you today. Today in English. If you are normally hearing me in German, then you're so welcome to join here in English, regardless if you understand everything. Let your heart be the one who needs to understand, and the rest will come. I feel a lot of excitement in my system right now because it's the first time I'm officially giving a satsang online in many years in English. I mean, I had sessions one-on-one in English, but it's different somehow in my system. That's kind of funny. And if you're here for the first time, you're so welcome. And I wrote also in the chat box that you can write any question, any theme you brought today. So it's more consciously held in the satsang field, and obviously if there's a question or a theme, I will also say whatever comes through here in this moment. And you just feel free to use the chat box as you wish, and also if it doesn't have anything to do with what I'm saying just now, just be free to write if you want. You don't have to. And thank you, Hari, for saying that all the volume and picture, everything comes through nicely. It's always good to know. And I want to start with a chant from Amma's ashram, which always even deeper reminds me that everything which comes through this form is being put at her feet, at the Divine Mother's, the divine, however you want to call that, which is beyond every word, to the feet of the Lord, of however you want to name that. And also if I'm using sometimes a language which is inspired in or through my own path, which was a lot in India and related to Hinduism, even though I have never been a Hinduist. So if I'm talking in this way about Kali or gods and goddesses, just transfer it to your language if you want. If there is any resistance to that type of wording in that culture, just let that word go and choose your word, the divine love, spirit, higher self, whatever resonates in your heart. It's the invitation for you. Yeah? So that word, whatever calls deepest to your own heart, that word. This I want to invite you to choose then. One second. Jayma, Caroline, it's so sweet, so wonderful that you're here. Dhyayamo Dhavalavaguntanavati Tejo Maim Nashtiki Snigdha Pangavilokini Bhagavati Mandasmita Srimukhi Vatsalyam Ritavashinim Sumadhvam Sankirtana Lapini Shyamahangi Madhusikta Sukti Amritanandadmikam Ishveri Om Amriteshvaye Namaha Om Amriteshvaye Namaha Om Amriteshvaye Namaha. Trayambakam yajamahe Sukhandim pushtivadanam Uvaukamiva bandhanan Mrityo mukshiyamamritate. Om Namah Shivaya. And lately this second chant is also coming often in the beginning. My personal interpretation for that would be to really invite the wholeness, divinity, and also like I said, the Divine Mother, like maybe you could say more female form of divinity, and also Shiva, the male form of it. And obviously, in the end, it's all one. It's not creating a new separation, a new duality there. And at the same time, this duality exists on this earth realm, for example. Yeah? So there's nothing wrong about the many forms which we have, the body, the objects, the nature, everything which is some sort of physical form, mental forms, emotional forms, anything which I can grasp is a form. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with these forms. They just are here as well. Part, you could say, of the one. Not separate, but as if you would have a big lump of clay and there's one form sticking out here and another there and another there, and it's all that same big lump of clay. And the essence of that is clay, regardless if it's a teacup, how they often say, or a body, or a water glass, a tree. All these forms have the shape of that form, and in the essence they're all clay. And even if that tree falls and starts to rot on the forest ground, It's still clay. There's nothing wrong with that. If I'm personally attached to that tree, that's my favorite tree and my grandmother planted it and whatever, then I might start to suffer because that tree fell and is not in that original form anymore. But if I can enjoy the different forms as they come and as they go, fully appreciating them, each and every one, every second of that. And then when they pass away, when they start to change, when they are just not that form anymore, if I'm not attached to the form, but I enjoy the form, but I see in each and every moment that what really is always here is that clay. And then there is no suffering. There's just a shape shift, a shape change. So all these forms, the world of the forms is not wrong or has to be forgotten in order to pass on to something truer. That's not how I see it, at least. I see that we just have to shift our understanding about that level of the forms, that these forms are not permanent. That's all. They're not permanent. They were never meant to be permanent. And to kind of sink back into the heart, from where I feel that it's easier to connect and feel and see that permanent essence, that clay, that Brahman, that what is always. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Amma, Amma, Jai. Jai Jai Ma Ma Kali Ma Jai Ma Amma Amma. Neftuna Amma Amma Neftuna Amma Amma Mata Kali Mata Mata Kali Maha And what I feel is coming here today is to talk about embodied spirituality. Yeah, like I said, not all the forms are nothing and they don't matter and I just have to get past them, no, but really embodying consciousness. And maybe in the process we get more into the subtle levels up here, like more high energies in the sense of less dense. Because what I find usually for many people, it's easier to start there, to get out of that complete identification with I'm the body and my job is this and this is my goal in life and all these things which maybe before were the normal life. Yeah. So often I find that it's easier for people to first go to that subtle, more energetic approach, more sensing, intuitive, but also less grounded realm, I would say. And that's completely okay wherever you are. That's so loved. That's exactly where you should be right now. There's no problem with anything what is right now for you. Before I continue, I feel that's very important to say first that wherever you start here today, and however many years you might have walked already until you come to the here today, whatever you have in your backpack, it's okay. There's no judgment. There's nothing which should be different. As you are right now, you are loved. That's it. You are loved now, not but, yeah, but you are loved. And in that full being accepted as I am, in this full acceptance and love for all what is up for me right now, there's the invitation to look where truth wants to lead you. Not because now it's bad, but because maybe now, after having walked 1 meter or 1,000 kilometers on this path, there is more ripeness for more truth. Like when a tree grows and maybe in the beginning the branches are not so strong and you couldn't hang a swing on them. That's not wrong. It's just the state or the state of ripeness of that tree. And as the tree grows, as more insights come, as you walk step by step, as you are on your path, maybe there's more capacity to self-inquire. What is true actually here? Is that the truest I can see now, or is now actually already that's the old truth, like my old kinder shoes, and they don't fit entirely anymore. And I can let them go lovingly, being appreciative of them, and put on the new shoes. So wherever you are on your path, I want to invite you to also embody all these insights, all this consciousness into each and every cell of your body. Be it that you are high up here in the subtle energies and you kind of have to come down gently, step by step, however it feels good for your system, to re-embody, so to speak, but now with this much deeper understanding of what the body really is, that it's this impermanent form. And that what is permanent is there as well. Yeah, or be it that you are still more in connection with the body, and as you feel the deeper truth of Brahman, the deeper truth of that what is always here, permanently here, you kind of see that and integrate, see that and integrate. So be that it's more like a going out and down again movement, or like a more like this movement, however that is for you. You don't have to become mental about that. Just let it happen. but invite the energy to really come into the body. And then whenever you come down into the body again, then you might find that there are leftover layers of traumas or wounds emotionally, maybe also physically, but the physical wounds we are normally more aware of, I would say. But so the invitation is to really go slowly, step by step. So it doesn't overwhelm your system. Yeah, so it really has the time to maybe encounter something expectedly or unexpectedly, and layer by layer by layer, lovingly discover how that part feels. That this part can learn now again or from scratch that it is loved, and that it maybe slowly but surely can start to heal, because you now, as the adult, in a sense, if that was a wound in your childhood or from whenever that wound came from, but now with your wiser, more truthful understanding, you can meet this point in a very different way. Yeah, maybe as a child we had the only coping mechanism was to go out of body or to have whatever pattern, yeah? And that's completely loved. That's the best this little child, this little girl or boy could do in that very moment. There's nothing wrong with that. Really assuring that part that it's done the best job ever, yeah, for that moment being. And now you revisit this place, and you can be there in a more nurturing, more loving, more space-giving way, which maybe your parents or other people in that past moment couldn't do for you. And so for me, it's really important to yes, have that connection or rediscover that connection with the divinity, with that Brahman, with that oneness. But at the same time, to really embody all that. And if it's necessary, to look at these very human, very personal traumas and tend to them and love them and care for them. Not in a sense of going into the drama and supporting the drama, but in a clear, loving, wise way, to really let it heal to the bottom of the root. Because only if that's completely healed, if it completely became whole again, then also on a body level, you are whole, you are the one. Yeah, there's no rule what has to be first more consciousness, then more embodying, but in the end, in my opinion, both has to happen by grace, slowly but surely, because if not, then it's not complete freedom yet. It's not complete that yet. Kani. And I just today finished finally something I've been preparing for a long time. I want to already speak about that briefly because it just fits in here very nicely. And it's a little gift for you. It actually exists in German and in English, so depending on if your preferred language is German or English, you can receive that gift in your language. And it's a I could say a little guide to help you lovingly meet wounded parts in you. Yeah, like a trauma healing helping guide, you could say. I called it checklist because it has certain steps there, but it's not like a mental only business kind of checklist, you know. So so you're most welcome to go to my website here, the beingsatsang.com, and there in the menu under gifts or Geschenke, how it's in German, you can go to the trauma healing page, and there you can sign into one of the two opt-in options, like it stands there in red if you want it in English or in German, and then you will receive that just as a gift for free for you. So you can also write me feedback if it all worked for you, and it's very exciting to offer this in that way for the first time. So I'm very curious what feedback might come, and if you don't want to write a feedback, it's also absolutely welcome. It's just a gift for you. And I hope it helps you to do these little but necessary steps to re-encounter these wounded parts in you, one step at a time, with grace. Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Amma, Jai Ma, Kali Ma, Jai Kali Ma, Kali Ma, Jai Kali Ma, Neftuna, Neftuna, Kema, 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 Jai Ma, Amma, Amma. And this constantly more and more integrating all these energies, like from your own seeing, from the, I would say right now, general awakening energies on the planet. Like the more and more you step by step manage to really embody, integrate, come slowly but surely down into the body till maybe here, or till the hips, or till the feet, whatever is for you just now the perfect spot. The more you will also find stability in this whole awakening process. Because if you are very high up out of the body, or less connected with the body, it's as if you are not really using your anchor. Like we are not the body, or not just the body, you could say. Like the body is there, this clay form of the body arises just now and is there until it perishes. But it is here right now. So it is a great help to bring you in this very moment, to bring you not just into the time very moment, but also into the place here and now. And then more and more, I think you can or will start feeling that this buzzing, energetic activity in the foreground is allowed to be here, because it's just here right now, be it a lot of thoughts or some emotions only a few thoughts or any other physical sensation. And all these forms arise in that space where there's no movement, where there is just peace. And that peace is not disturbed by any form. There can be the biggest chaos happening. Yeah, like it did for me when I was on that little boat in the backwaters during the tsunami in 2004 at Amas Ashram. And there was the wildest, craziest chaos on that boat, with people screaming and crying and having lost everything just now. And suddenly it all just fell away, in a sense that all the forms were still there, the people were still crying, there was just this rocking, very hard rocking of the boat. And there was just peace with it all. No aversion against this should not be happening, or any other thoughts I had before, like, oh my God, what is happening in all these things? There was no resistance. All the forms are allowed to be as they are. In every moment, as they arise, just because they arise, they have the right to be here, because they just are. And at the same time, there's this peace. Not an empty, dead kind of peace, but a loving peace, an accepting peace, a compassionate peace. Compassionate with all what is seen in this very moment of suffering around, but not as something which shouldn't be there, but something which is here right now, and maybe the loving, hard urge to give a helping hand. But not because what is happening is wrong in that sense, but because there is this love which invites to help, which is here to give without fixation on the outcome, that if I help, this means it has to change. No. If the helping hand arises truthfully from within, it's so wonderful, it's so nurturing, and it's so free in a sense that it doesn't expect anything back. Not from the person it helped, nor from the world that it should be different now, that the situation should change. just does what is there to be done. And also not out of a personal feeling of being obligated to, oh, I have to help, to be a good person, to deserve love from this person, from God, from anyone. It just is. Sometimes the helping hand as it arises, and sometimes a no, because that's what is truly true. Jai Jagadambe, Jai Jagadambe, Jai Jagadambe, Jagadambe ma, Jagadambe ma, Jagadambe ma, 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 ma. Jai Ma. If you don't know me yet, then the yawning is just energy passing through. What is in your heart right now? The closest you can go to your heart, or inside of your heart, the deepest spot. What is there right now? And the invitation is to look with an open, loving gaze. So not like kind of, oh, I need to find some answer here, or what's going on, you know. But more like a curious, loving, open look to see how's my heart actually today? What is there? What feelings are there, maybe? Or is there peace and spaciousness? Whatever you find, it's exactly perfect what you find, because it's your path. It's not my path. So always also check what is being said here. They're all invitations. They're not, this has to be like that. If it doesn't resonate in your deepest heart, then throw it out of the window, please. Make sure that it's not a personal like or dislike where the ego feels kind of resistant to look at a certain place. But if it really doesn't ring true for you, then just let it go and feel for yourself if maybe in the next moment something else comes which is for you. And because all these words and sounds and the silence and all of it, in the end they can only be pointers. So if I'm like with my finger like pointing, there today is the full moon, yeah? But if you just look at my finger, you will never find the full moon. And maybe depending on where you're standing at right now, like you don't need the finger pointing this way, but you need it from there, so really listen in your deepest heart. What is your truth? And by your truth, what I mean, how I understand the deepest heart, is that if we really go to the deepest spot of our hearts, that inner truth of mine, so to speak, is the same as the truth. Like when I manage to go through that emotional heart, like the heart where there's all these fears and woundings and likes and dislikes and all that stuff, which is allowed to be there, but it's not the deepest heart. If I manage to dive deeper, then I will reach what I would say is that last spot of humanness or personalness before it opens into the vastness of being. Yeah, like as if we have that clay lump, that big one, and that spot where from the surface of that clay lump the individual rises into that form of whatever form we are taking right now. So in that transition spot, so to speak, that's because beyond that there's no words, no nothing I could ever say about. But in that transition spot from where on it can, as it already is form, can be described, can be touched on. In that sweet spot there is what I believe the truth meets the personal truth. And that that call of the deepest heart for me is, you would or could say, is maybe the key teaching which wants to come through here, in a sense that if I could only give you one sentence for your path, for waking up, embodying, deepening, coming home, I would say, listen to your heart. Always, always. I have also more information about this also under gifts on my website. There it says in the menu like gifts, and then as it flops down you will see decide from the heart, I think it says. And it's a method which in my personal path has helped me so much over the last decades, and I made a free PDF and video for it in English and in German, and you're most welcome to hopefully first read the PDF so you really know even deeper what I mean with choosing from the heart, and then you can watch the video in your language. The English one is the older one, it's a bit longer, but I think it's still up to date as the method hasn't changed. Yeah. And yeah, so really listening. What's going on with my heart today? And observing if it maybe is already really peaceful, how there is maybe something which can't stand that peace, in the sense that it cannot stand still. Too peaceful is not good for that thing, you could say. Yeah? There's still a maybe subtle only, but this restlessness is allowed to be here. There's nothing wrong with it again, but to just become aware of that. What wants to run? And why would it have to run? Not as an invitation to find reasons of, because I have to-do lists and stuff like that, but if the moment is now, and now again, and now again. Where do you want to run to? Where can you reach, if not again in the now? Relaxing into this very moment. also into the restlessness, into everything which is right now present. And relaxing doesn't mean collapsing. Yeah? Relaxing means accepting, stopping to fight against, allowing. Softening, but with a firm presence also, in a sense that I'm not sleeping away, I'm present. In this very moment, as there is softening happening. It brings me to one of my favorite tools, you could say, to really feel and connect or reconnect with the Jyotirlingam, the column of light which is through the whole body, through the crown chakra, into the endlessness of the sky, and all through the body, the chakras down, through the root chakra into the earth, grounded, aligned, stable, but with a quality of flexibility also in it, so it's not rigid, but it's a strength which is a loving strength. It's a humble strength. It doesn't have to put itself over anyone, nor under anyone. It is just what it is. Self-conscious of here I am, as I am, with all what is showing in forms right now, and in the essence, the clay. And to become aware of how maybe there's certain energetic threats to people or groups of people or situations where once we more and more decide to just be in that Jyotirlingam, to align with that, to be rooted in our hips, on our feet, as the divine expressing itself in human form, that certain maybe you could say energetic contracts cannot be fulfilled anymore, because for that I would have to bend, for that I would have to go out of the alignment in order to fulfill something which I maybe can see now it's not true anymore. It doesn't matter that it was done until this very moment. There's no judgment about this being false, but now I can see that certain threats, you could say, to people, to situations, to maybe also concepts like money and health and these ideas, which are all forms, that if I choose and choose again to be that what I am, humbly but firmly, the rest of the outer circumstances of the people will have to readjust, because you're not taking the old role you had before, yeah? So it doesn't mean that you have to fight against or something. I would say that the healthiest way is to just stand still, just be. And if the ego in the other person, or if something reacts to your new alignment and wants you to change back to what was comfortable for them, for example, then don't engage, just be. I mean, you have to set a boundary if it's too pushy or something, but just be truthful. To that deepest, deepest truth in your heart. Why would you abandon this sweet spot of loving strength, alignment, openness while being grounded? Why would you let that go in order to do something which will be just a trade for then getting the love from the outside or the recognition or something? If you feel that love, that sincerity, this loving peace here already, why leave home? And if you feel that you're not home yet, then come back, step by step. Connect with your heart. Connect deeper and deeper through all the layers of wounds and regrets or whatever you might find. Come back into your body, healing each and every cell, airing out old trauma, old wounds lovingly, not because they have to go, but because now is time for them to heal. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Bolo Rama. Jai Bolo Hanuman. Jai Bolo Rama. Jai Ram. Jai Bolo Jai Rama. Jai Ram. Jai Ram. Jai Hanuman. Jai Jai Ram. Hanuman. Jai Rama Rama. Jai Sitaram. Jai Hanuman. Jai Hanuman. Sitaram. Jai Sitaram. Hanuman. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Hanuman. Jai Sitaram. Jai Ram. Hanuman. Jai Ram. Sitaram. Hanuman. Just being what I am. Just being what I am. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Sitaram. Jai Sitaram. Sitaram. Just being what I am and always be. Jai Sitaram. Jai Hanuman. Jaya Ram, Jai Ram Sita, Jai Ram. Sita Jai Sita Hanuman I feel gently an integration shower, how I often call that, start, which is how I see it. It's like a shower of flower petals in different colors. Today I see white and purple, dark purple and a bit silver, gray and yellow. And it's as if all the little rests which are maybe still from old concepts, old wounds, old stuff, tiny bit there, that they're showered off the body, and all the consciousness is invited to even deeper go into each and every cell of your body in your own pace, from head to toe, gently, lovingly helping you to really embody what you are. And as this, it just keeps on happening, how I see it, that it slowly reaches the torso or the hips or the feet, however you feel that for yourself, that's exactly perfect. And I will make a few announcements, and when I'm done, then I will still more in the foreground check on that integration process, you could say, and then I will sing some more in the end, so in case you have some more time afterwards, you can just with these sounds float off, so to speak. And talking about sounds, I don't know where you live, so depending on where you live, or if you're open to come to Spain and to Mojaca here, to the south of Spain in Andalusia, then we have a wonderful event coming up for Solstice for the 21st of June, a mantra singing circle. So there we sing together mantras, and you're most welcome to come. It starts at 8 p.m. and all this information also is here under beingsatsang.com always, and under dates, so to speak. And so that would be wonderful to see you there in person if you want. And then the next in-person event here in the Kasakali is for the 25th of July, and it's a satsang in English here in person. So that starts at 7:30 p.m. and would be also wonderful to have you here. If your heart resonates and enjoy tonight, maybe you can come by and we can join our hearts in person together. And then in general saying, if you don't live so close by, Hari, my husband, and I, we also offer these private retreats so that people can come and live with us in the Kasakali, or you could also stay in the camping, or up to 5 stars. Everything is available in Mojaca and in the area, and to choose from certain things we offer here, like satsang and craniosacral therapy and massages and yoga and all these good things. So you could have your own private retreat close to the sea, and maybe that's something which your heart wants to try out. So you can write me your ideas, what you would want to maybe live as this form in the body. And then the next online satsang in English will be in this same YouTube channel, like in the Anushree Satsang channel. It will be in English on the 17th of August, so in 2 months from now. And the German one, the next one, will be on the in this channel, in the Anushree Satsang channel, will be on the 11th of August. So even if you don't speak German, maybe you're also invited to come to the German one, and maybe you have felt that it's not just the words which point to the moon, but it's also an energetic field which happens as we come together here. And maybe also the singing could touch your heart, I hope. So even if you don't understand any German or just a little bit of German, you are most welcome to come to my German satsangs as well. And then there's another thing which is without words, so to speak. It's we call it a satsang healing field, which is a permanent energetic satsang healing field which Hari and I hold for people who want to be part of that heart family, how we call it. And we have found that this can be very, very supportive in the awakening process and the integration process, to have some permanent stability, like daily, of having that loving safety net, so to speak, as challenges arise, something which always keeps reminding you of that inner truth, of that what you truly are. And besides that permanent field, we also do every Sunday a satsang healing stream, specifically connecting deeper even with all the members of our family there. And you can also send us a specific theme you have for this very week. If you want to have us focus on something very specific for you, you're welcome to do that. Or we just focus for each member on the highest truth and really go very deep in these Sunday streams, which are always from 5 till 5:30 p.m. And all of that information is also here. Like on my website, you actually have to click on the translate button or choose your flag in the menu, as the main page is in German, but it's very well translated, so with the plugin. So you're welcome to read more about that, or if you have questions for that, then just let me know. And it would be wonderful to have you as part of our heart family, where we have also a WhatsApp group where it's just for the members of the heart family. So just feel into that. If that maybe resonates with you, you can try this offer out actually without any risk. So you can try out one satsang stream and try the whole week how it feels to be in that field. And if you tell us before the second stream that this is not for you, we just cancel and pay you the money back, and there's no questions asked. So if you want to try that out, it would be wonderful to have you in our family. And that's about it. Yes, and obviously I also do the one-on-one sessions I offer in German. I also do them in English. And you can always write me and ask for getting to know each other call for free, where we just meet on Zoom, and if you then resonate, we can really either in that moment go to a real session, or we say goodbye and then you tell me later if you want to do something like that, or you just feel like, oh no, maybe I'll think about it, and then you don't come back, and all of that is absolutely welcome, as it is your heart which is leading your path. So then I want to invite us all, as I'm checking in with that flower petal shower. And it feels nicely, in some places maybe still arriving at the ankles and feet, but it feels really nice and grounded. So maybe for this last song, I just want to reconnect again, as this is so important right now, I believe, as life is, or can be, I think, quite intense lately. So coming back to that Jyotirlingam, coming back to that column of light again and again and again, maybe 100 times a day, without being obsessed about it, but always when you feel like, I don't know, come back here. You are. You always are. With all, which what also is, but you are. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, just being what I am. Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma. Om Namo, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo, Om Namo, Om Namo, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Jaya Om. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Ma. Om Jaya Ma. Kali Om. Kali Ma, Ma. Kali, Kali Ma, 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 Ma. Jai Ma, ihr Lieben. Jai Ma, beautiful beings. Jai Ma.